Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a huge testing out Colourpop makeup video. I hauled a bunch of this stuff, maybe a couple videos back now, where I got like some of their superstar shadows, a bronzer, pressed highlight, a bunch of their luxe lipsticks, and I basically just wanted to see how many things I could test out in one video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to be doing eyes and then a couple face stuff, and I'm super excited. I will be incorporating their Cute AF, like their Yes Please palette in with this because I didn't get a new palette from them. I mostly just got like one of their Supernova shadows and some loose pigment. So I definitely wanted to use this and maybe create something like kind of red and fiery. So that is what we will be doing today. I'm super excited about this. My face is kind of a little bit tan, half sunburnt kind of thing. I put SPF on, but apparently the sun still got to, which kind of does suck. But I am a lot tanner, so it kind of throws me off because none of my foundations match me right now. So I had to buy some darkening drops, which never happens for me. But aside from that, I'm pretty excited about all these products, so let's go ahead and get started. So I went ahead and primed my eyelids already and did my brows before, and I just used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer, and then I just used the Benefit Brow on my brows. Like I did say, we're going to be using their Yes Please palette today, and I don't really know what I want to use as far as like the lid because I have three things. I did show you all of this in the haul, so I'm not going to swatch everything, but I have the Super Shock Shadow, not Super Shock Shadow, what is this? Supernova Shadow in Walk of Fame, and this is a really pretty color. And then I have two of their loose pigment shadows. This one is in Cameo, which I don't even remember what color this is really. And then the other one I have is in Typhoon, which is like a more light white, which we probably use this for the inner corner. So I just kind of have to figure out what I want to use for what thing right now. I have not filmed in so long. I feel like my voice kind of sounds weird. I was sick for a while and I couldn't film, so this is like my first time back to filming. I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm just going to set the eye primer that we put down with this shade. That way the base is nice and matte and white. Taking this shade right here. This is one of the more lighter shades in the palette, so I did want to start with this as my first transition shade. That way it wasn't just too dark. I have not used this Yes Please palette in so long. I have no idea why. I think it's because it is, you know, a full warm tone palette, so there's not really much variety in it since it's really oranges and reds. But I definitely knew I wanted to use this today. Next, we're going to take this yellow shade. I kind of just want to play around with it today with some of the oranges. I think it's going to be really pretty. It's a really pretty pigmented yellow too, so it looks good. And then taking a little bit of this red shade, I'm going to put this right on the outer V, and I think I want to do, should do a halo eye, or I don't know if I should do a halo eye. No, I think I do want to do a halo eye, so I am going to go ahead and put this right on the inner corner also. And then start blending this ever so slightly into the crease. I'm taking very, very little product at a time. That way the red doesn't get too overpowering. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of the first shade and the yellow shade together and buff that back out. Because I really like that yellow shade. I think it's really pretty. So I want that yellow shade to pop through a little bit more. So now that we have that done, I'm trying to decide which shade I want to use for the center of the lid. So this is the first loose pigment shade. This is in Cameo. It's kind of like an orangey fire red. And then the other option we have, like I said, is this Super Shock. Not Super Shock. It's Supernova. I really like this Supernova one. I don't know. Kind of hard, but I think I'm feeling the Supernova shadow because I think it's going to give it a really nice kind of like fiery effect. and then I can use the pigment any other time, but just swatching that pigment, it was really finely milled and I like it. I like the packaging too. I just wished it had a little bit of a sifter. So I'm going to probably, I don't know if I should apply this straight to my eye or to my hand. I think I'm going to apply it straight to my eye. And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to start to blend this out a little bit. It does still feel a little bit wet on my eye, so I think I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and apply the other one, that way this one has time to dry. So I feel like as I'm blending it out, I feel like some of the pigment is falling down onto my face. It's a pretty shadow. I'm kind of iffy on it, I guess. I'm going to take my finger and see if it helps to blend it out this way. I feel like the finger works a lot better than the brush. I just feel like they're kind of a little bit stubborn to blend out maybe. Because they don't dry quick, that's not the problem. I just feel like once you apply it, you need to apply it exactly where you want it because you're going to have a hard time blending it out. But I do like the color of it. There is definitely a lot of glitter on my face though. I'm going to apply my foundation, concealer, and then I will come back to finish up the eyes and some of the face products that we also have to use. Okay, so face is done. I use the Ardell Wispies in 113. They're very long and fluttery, but they're a pain to apply because they have such a thin, flexible band. It makes it so difficult to apply sometimes, and I really struggle today. Foundations, the Milani Conceal and Perfect in 01, because this is literally the only thing that matches me when I'm tan right now. I used the Colourpop concealer, which I actually really like, and then the Colourpop cream gel liner in Swerve, which is black. It's creamy and it's a good black, but my Essence gel liner is a lot creamier than this one, so that's really like the only thing I have to say. But I do want to go ahead and finish up the lower lash line right now before we move on to the rest of the face. I'm going to take that red shade that we applied to the inner and outer half of our eye and actually buff that onto our lower lash line using this like flat definer brush. And then taking a pencil brush with the first shade we use in that yellow, I'm going to buff the red out. And then to highlight our inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take a little bit of this other loose pigment I have in Typhoon. So that is pretty much everything with the eyes that we're going to do. I really enjoy it. I am going to apply a little bit of lower lash mascara though. But now that we are done with the eyes, we are going to move on to the face. So I do have a bronzer and then two different types of highlighters to use. The bronzer I'm pretty excited about. This is in the shade, I want to say this is in the shade California Dream. Yes, it's in CA Dreaming. I think the original shade I wanted to get was Private Party, but that one was sold out, so I ended up going with this one anyways. I did get the compact version. You could just buy the pan, but I wanted the compact with a mirror because I think it looks really nice. The bronzer does have a little bit of kick up, but other than that, let's just go ahead and apply it. Seems to be blending out really nicely. I think it's actually going to be a good color since I am more tan than I was when I originally bought this. So I'm definitely a fan of the color of this bronzer now. I think it's going to work out a lot better since I'm darker. This bronzer gets 2 thumbs up for me. It's blending really easily and it's like kind of like sinking into the skin. I can't even really see it, but I definitely see that my skin is bronzed and it looks really, really good. It's completely matte, so there is no shimmer. I like this bronzer. So I definitely want to go ahead and get Private Party when it comes back in stock. And I don't have a Colourpop blush, so I'm just going to take Tarte Exposed. And the one thing I'm super duper excited for are these highlighters. So I have a pressed powder cheek highlighter. I believe I have this in the shade Kitty Kitty or something of those lines. Yes, here Kitty Kitty. This is of Kathleen Light's recommendation, so I'm very excited about that. And then I also have the Luster Dust Loose Powder Highlighter, and this is in the shade Strobe Globe. This is the only shade that would have matched me, and I really wanted to get one of these, so I don't know which one I want to use. Maybe I can use one on this side, one on the other. So it looks beautiful. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking Strobe Globe right now, which is the loose highlighter. We're going to go ahead and apply this. Oh, wow. Woo. So you can definitely tell that was a loose highlighter because it went on extreme. It's very in your face, but there's no really glitter in it. But the only thing I don't like about it, and I think I'm gonna have to blend out, is I can see where the highlighter is sitting. Because I think it just applies so intense and not like a pressed powder that it kind of just sits there. But now that I use the duo fiber over it, it definitely looks a lot better, but you can still see that really, really nice glow. So I like that, but I think a light hand with that is going to be key. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the pressed one. That is a pressed one, and then this right here is the loose one. The pressed one is definitely a lot of intensity also, but I think it goes on a little bit smoother. And this one looks just a tad bit like more gold. So I think I like the loose one, but I really like this pressed one a lot also. Now the hard part is picking out what lip we want, because I have 3 of their Luxe lipsticks, as well as a liquid lipstick, a matte lip, an ultra glossy lip, and a lippy stick. But I think I want to use one of their Luxe ones. I just don't know what shade yet. So these are the 3 shades I have right here. This is Layover, Boy, and Appy. So I think I'm going to take Appy actually and apply this one. I've actually used these already. I have a different one I have sitting on my vanity back there that I love. So I already know I really like this formula. Very, very creamy. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial. It's definitely a little bit different, I guess you could say, because of the fiery reds and the oranges that we did use. But I really like this. I think it's cute for summer because it's kind of like warm and just the sun and everything. I like that. These Luxe lipsticks are the bomb.com. I can't get over how nice the packaging is. I actually already have 4 of them. Like I said, I have another one over there that I really like also. So these are really nice. I do enjoy these lipsticks, so I have to say I would definitely order these. They have a lot of colors to choose from, so definitely give them a try. I think these are probably right up there with the Maybelline matte lipsticks. I love those so much, but I think I like these a little bit more. If you don't have the Yes Please palette, I definitely would recommend it. If you maybe don't have a warm tone palette or you want to play with these colors, this one is really nice. If you were choosing between a press and loose highlight, obviously it's personal preference if you like press or loose. I'm a pressed person and I really like the shade of this, but I also like the shade of the loose one. So these are kind of hard to pick, but if I were to choose one, I probably would choose a pressed one. I like the undertone of this one just a little bit more, and the fact that you can kind of control how intense it is. And I like this Supernova shadow. I think it blends better using your finger. And I do also like the loose pigments. I didn't get to use Cameo, but I do like Typhoon on the inner corner. The only thing is I feel like it kind of went away a little bit as the inner corner highlight. I can kind of see it a little bit, but I can't see it as much anymore, and that's really the only thing. And then the bronzer, of course, I like this. It was kind of like one of those weird bronzers where it kind of like melts into your skin upon application, and it's not really muddy. It's not like anything too dark or too intense or too orange. It is a really pretty bronzer. So I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial and me testing out all this Colourpop stuff. I absolutely love Colourpop. They are a brand that I will always purchase from because I just love how affordable everything is, and it's just awesome. And they finally just dropped a foundation. I'm so excited. I knew they were gonna drop a foundation. I could feel it. I know they are also doing like pressed face powders and loose face powders, so I definitely will be buying all 3 of those. I cannot wait for the foundation and to do finally like a full face of Colourpop, because they finally have everything to do a full face. If you do want me to try out the foundation, just give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.